I'm coloring in the coloring book that my husband, Mr Hennessy, bought me when I was in New Brunswick. I'm coloring, you know what I'm doing? I'm coloring pictures and I'm putting them in picture frames. And Milky Woodland is not dead. That's a lie. Milky Woodland is not dead. You're not faking your own death again, Les Russian. Sorry. Milky Woodland, I seen him yesterday on his motorcycle driving in Amherst while I was being rushed out here to the hospital. So no, Milky Woodland is not dead. Nice try again, Les Russian. You must be up checking on your brother Chad, are ya? Robbing any more drug dealers like the cartel? Les? I mean, Milky Woodland? You piece of shit. Or did you come up here to put me in the hockey bag like you did to that 16-year-old girl when you chopped her up and put her in the hockey bag, you piece of shit? Or did you come up to get the children that they have locked up in houses here, raping them? Fucking goofs. Justin knows about these houses, as he told me. He just didn't tell me where the houses was. I know Walter Wells has a brick house, not a brick house, a cement house, and I know where that cement house is. Maybe that's where the children are locked up in. And I also know that there's a basement to a landlord named Mike Vanderpool. I know about what's in the basement, as I did go in that basement to investigate, because that's what I do best. Get naked. I can't get naked. So my investigation led me to a basement, to an apartment building, actually. And in that apartment building, you can tell that they were doing witchcraft spells. Also, you can tell that there's bodies buried. I know you're joking. I wouldn't be able to get naked on YouTube anyways. Now, if this is Pornhub, it would be a difference. But it's not Pornhub. So, back to what I was saying. My investigation led me to a basement. I wouldn't say I broke and entered into it. I had to do it because it was my job. I'm doing the work of the Lord, trying to rescue God's children. I'm doing a lot better right now. I got more antibiotics being pumped into my IV. So that's 4 bags of antibiotics now, and they put they pump me full of steroids too, so rah. They pump me full of steroids. So anyways, back to what I was saying, to my investigation. She crazy. Yeah, a little bit crazy, but I'm fun. So back to my investigation. I went inside of a basement, which they have locked up now, and nobody's supposed to be going down into it. So in this basement, you can tell that there's bodies buried in this basement because there's mounds like hills, and there was a little workbench, like where you can tell, like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing down there, but they're doing something freaky. And there was shipping containers. And also there's a bunch of cages down in this basement. And it's where the old Dairy Queen used to be. It's that apartment building, actually. If nobody believes me, why don't they go down in the basement and check it out for themselves? Because it's 110% true. Anybody coming on my channel calling me crazy, delusional, schizophrenic, psychotic, you're a part of it. You're a part of this dirty deeds. And you're just trying to cover for the goofs and the goofettes. Now, Constable Tristan let me out of jail, and this is what he said to me. You're the Goof Slayer Army, Vanessa. He called me by my adopted name, but my real name's Sarah. But I'll go by Vanessa or Sarah. I'll go by both. He said, you're the Goof Slayer Army. Go slay the goofs. And that's why he let me out of jail. So that's what I'm doing. I'm slaying all you goofs one by one. Bruce Higgins, you're a diddler. You're a goof. Can't wait for them to come deal with you, bud. You ratted my family out in St. John. They're coming for you. I told Timmy Lee today, if he was smart, he would get you the fuck out of his house. Because when they come, they don't leave no survivors. That's why I ain't staying in the house. Because I'm waiting for him to get rid of you. And if he has to call the police to get you and Tori out of his house because you guys are driving him crazy with your fighting and pumping him full of fentanyl, that's what he's going to have to do, because Bruce and Tori, you guys got to go. And you ever threaten me again, Tori? Just do it again, I dare ya. Because I was getting the best of you, bitch, until your little boyfriend jumped in and started choking me out. And don't think my husband in New Brunswick isn't going to come down and deal with them, because he is. And my husband knows black belt, bitch. So, Bruce, keep your mouth off me and your hands, because my husband will be coming for Mr. Bruce Higgins. And we'll see how much black belt Bruce Higgins knows when he meets my husband. Yes, John, my husband knows black belt. Can I ask a genuine question? Yes, you can, dear. You can ask any question you would like. Just don't be rude, because if you're rude, then I'm going to have to bring out the sassy. And I don't want to be sassy to anybody. One minute. I'm done coloring. My husband bought me that coloring book when I was in New Brunswick. You're living in a simulation. I'm living outside in a tent like a native woman, almost like living in a teepee. I love it. I have my own little space. And I'm not scared because I have no fear. She bought crystal off me. I probably did. I bought a lot of crystal meth. It's Satan's choice. That's my choice of drug. What's your OnlyFans name? I don't have an OnlyFans account now because I promised my buddy Matthew in Ontario that I would stop doing the adult content and all that stuff. And so I did. Yeah, my nose is plugged up right now, Mikey, because I have a little bit of a cold. They gave me a COVID test earlier. And my throat, like I can swallow now. And the soreness in my throat is gone away, so the swelling's gone down, but they're still giving me antibiotics. I sold this woman crystal methamphetamine. Who cares if you sold me crystal meth? I bought a lot of crystal meth before. So what's your point, Shiva Hemp Reviews? What's your point? Do you want a cookie or something? Or do you want a medal because you sold me crystal meth before? Fucking beat it. I'm not making no more adult content. I promised my sweetheart Matthew that I would stop. And I'm getting too old for that now. I'm a grandmother. The question is, what is the meaning of life? The meaning of life is love. We're all supposed to love one another. That is the meaning of life, is love. It's the key to the universe, is love. Not hate, not envy, which is jealousy, not greed, and not slander or racism. The key to the universe is love, living, laughing, and helping one another out and being there for one another in times of hardship. We're supposed to help one another, be there for one another, share the world with one another. It's not supposed to be about who has more or who has less. It's supposed to be about living, loving, laughing, and helping one another out. Those are the keys to the universe, and honesty and respect. And stealing is not respect, it's disrespectful, highly disrespectful. Stealing from thy neighbor, which is anyone. Second question, what is the purpose of life? The purpose of life, my purpose is saving God's children. That's my purpose. And another purpose to life is truth, which is honesty. Bringing the truth to light is my purpose. To do as many drugs as possible. Ben, you're fucked. You know, people don't become drug addicts because they want to. There was things that happened to them that left room for addiction in the first place. They were abused. They were adopted. They were sexually abused, mentally, physically, psychologically. Like, yeah, that's why people become drug addicts, to escape the reality. We don't become drug addicts just because, oh, we wake up one day and be like, yeah, I want to become a drug addict. That'd be awesome. No, it's because we were abused, or we were put in a system where we were pushed around family to family, and we were placed with families that abused us, or we were bullied at school, or the cool kids did drugs, so we had to do drugs to fit in, to be cool like them. So we thought they were cool, but losing your teeth ain't cool. Uh, Being in the hospital's not cool. Your health deteriorates. So don't ever do drugs, kids, because it's not cool. It's actually horrible. Doing drugs is not cool. It's more like a loser. But then you become addicted. So you have addiction now. And not just drugs. Uh, Drugs don't make you an addict. Coffee, cigarettes, sugar, which sugar is cancer causing agents. That's why when I go to the store and I make coffee now, I don't use sugar. I use what diabetics use. I can't think of the name right now. Uh, it's that fake sugar. Oh, I can't even think of the name. See, I got short term memory. Uh, I can't even think of the name right now. But you guys know what I mean. It's what diabetics use for sugar. I use that now in my coffee. Put salt and butter in your coffee. Why would I do that? If, when you're without it, it makes you go crazy. When you're without the drugs, um, no, it makes you go through a withdrawal. Now, if you're an opiate addict, it gives you crazy leg syndrome. You get an itch in your throat. You what I mean by crazy leg syndrome, you get like pains in your legs, like your legs start to ache like crazy. And you start getting an itch in your throat, which makes you throw up. And you start getting the shits. I quit vape. You know what? I haven't even vaped. I have not even smoked cigarettes in 2 days. 3 days now. I have not smoked a cigarette in 3 days. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. Now, if you're an opiate addict, you get an itch in your throat, which makes you start to throw up. Then you get the shits. Your legs are aching. You can't sleep. You're dope sick. So, I mean, I've been there, done it. I had a 5 month opiate addiction when I was human trafficked over to Newfoundland from Nova Scotia. And a brother over there, he made me. Jesus loves you all. Hope you have a blessed day. Congratulations on your progress. Thank you, Lone Wolf. Thank you. Yes, God bless you all in this room, even my haters and my trolls, my perps. Bless you all. So, back to what I was saying. I had a brother over in Newfoundland I was staying with that told me to go stay with him once that crazy bastard that human trafficked me over there took a knife to my throat. He told me to come down to his house and that Buddy would not fuck around down there. That's why I love Mr. Retief so much. I have so much respect for Mr. Retief. Um, Now, his brother, Calvin, brought me up to Three Rock Cove and he made me go dope sick for 5 days before he shipped me back here to Nova Scotia. And I'm not on Suboxone. I'm not on methadone. I kicked that 5-month opiate addiction, no problem. The only drug that I have a problem with that I relapse time to time is crystal meth, Satan's choice. Fart in the camera, I'm itching. Yeah, I'll get right on that. I don't need to fart right now. What's going on? Oh, nothing. I'm just laying in the hospital bed. No, I won't keep pushing. I have diarrhea. I might poop my pants.
So we don't have those. I can give you like a K-Basic or something. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they have that. We don't have those. They're gonna get you something for your tummy, okay? I'll get a K-Basic.
Did you guys know that Mary Magdalene was not a prostitute at all? That the Catholic Church lied on her? Mary Magdalene actually traveled with this girl named Helen. They called her Helen the Harlot. Helen the Harlot was the prostitute, not Mary Magdalene. So there's some more truth for you that I just brought to light.
So you can throw that in the garbage. I have 3 K-Basics here, okay? Yeah, listen to me right there.
Yeah, I know it is horrible. I had to deal with that, but that's all right. Soon as that guy brought me to Newfoundland, he started shooting me up in my hands with opiates and got me addicted to morphines and Dilaudid 8s. Now I love the Dilaudid 8s. I'm not gonna lie, because I was in that bad accident. Well, it wasn't an accident. It was set up to murder me because I spoke out about sexual abuse when I was little to protect my younger relatives in the village. So they tried to have me murdered to shut me up. But anyways, but yeah, there's more truth brought to the light about Mary Magdalene. She was never a prostitute. The Catholic Church lied on her. The Catholic Church was actually scared of Mary Magdalene because she was so powerful. Like me. I refuse to go to a Catholic church. Yes, dear, cute Babu. Yes, dear. You having a coffee? I wish I had a coffee. Sweetener. That's the word I was looking for. It's sweetener. That fake sugar. That's what I put in my coffee now. I take 4 of them. I like the vanilla hazelnut coffee with 6 cream and 4 sweetener in it, and it's really, really good. Do you believe Jesus Christ of Nazareth is God Almighty? Yes, I do. Jesus is actually the devil. I don't believe he's God, because God the Father, thou art in heaven. God is the one, God is the universe. God is a reptilian. God created the whole universe from outer space, up in NASA, up in Mars, we'll say. God is the one in the Bermuda Triangle. God is everywhere. You know that song, I've been everywhere, man. I've been. Well, God is the universe. God's in one of them little round that spins around for a few seconds in one spot and then boom, gone. God is actually in a UFO. That is God. And Jesus Christ of Nazareth is Son of Man, which means Eve in the garden, Mary, Eve in the garden, had sex with the serpent, which was God, which Jesus Christ, see, Mother Mary wasn't a virgin because she had sex with the serpent. Jesus was half because Joseph, his earth father, fathered him. Because how dare people know that Eve or Mary had sex with the serpent in the garden? So Joseph took the responsibility as Jesus being his son. But Jesus Christ was actually half man, half alien. There, now you guys know the truth. The blue blood. It sounds like you need some mental health, girl. Bit insure people tell you that all the time. Of course they do. People who don't have an open mind and see things that are real, see things that people that are brainwashed and believe in the fake news. You know, Big Lenny talks about this on his channel a lot. I don't even think Big Lenny watches the TV anymore, except for YouTube and whatnot. Big Lenny talks about the fake news that they put on TV, that the rulers and the authorities, which it talks about in the armor of God, that they want to brainwash people. They put on the news, they tell the newscast people to put on the TV, on the news, what they want to brainwash people with, to make people believe. So keep watching your fake news and your television programs, which are programming people, and go listen to Hotel California by the Eagles. And it sings about me, the beast of the sea. I do. Nick, I feel a lot better. I really do. I feel a lot better. My throat has gone down, like there's no more swelling. I mean, it's still sore when I push on it, but the swelling's gone down, and I've actually ate Mr. Noodles. Mr. Noodles are my favorite. I actually had a bowl of them today, but they're not giving me no milk products. And I gotta get some teeth out because my filling fell out, my mercury filling. fell out, and a couple on there's a filling that fell out on this side. Plus, I got my wisdom teeth. I got both sets of my bottom wisdom teeth in. Oh, and the top ones. Both of my top wisdom teeth are in too. So one of my wisdom teeth on the bottom on this side is like decaying from doing drugs. So I got a big hole in one of my wisdom teeth. Glad to hear, man. Gotta take care of yourself, homie. I know I do. I know I do. I gotta stop smoking cigarette butts from friggin' Kevin Dwyer. God knows where he got them friggin' cigarette butts from, but he gave me a couple great big butts, and I never thought I shouldn't have took them from him because God knows where he got them. Probably got them out of the friggin' God knows old folks home or something where they're sick up there. God knows. But I smoked two of them off of them, and then I went inside the shelter. I went inside the shelter and I had some popcorn. Now, I don't think popcorn would have done that to my throat, but it was right after I smoked those two butts from Kevin Dwyer that I noticed my throat started going funny, like on this side. And then I laid up in my tent for 5 days. And Timmy brought me out some orange pop the other day from my buddy Jason. And I thought it was strep throat, but it wasn't. So I started to drink a bit of the orange pop, and then it started coming up through my nose and started coming out my nose a bit. And I was like, this is getting worse. I gotta do something. Like, I gotta go out to the hospital today somehow. And I went down to I'm gonna call it a clubhouse, not a shelter. I went down to the clubhouse and to get something to eat. And it just so happens that the nurse practitioner was there. And then I went in and spoke to her, and I opened my throat, my mouth, and I could barely even open my mouth, too. That's how sore it was. She noticed on the top of the roof of my mouth, it was all swollen and red, and my throat was like starting to close off. So she's like, asked them there if they could get me a cab out, and they wouldn't do it. So she said, well, I'm going to have to bring this girl out. Like, she can die from this. So she brought me over here to the hospital. Thank God. Thank you, Matthew. Very nice comment. The bird flew. Yeah, I haven't had bird in a while, Nick. I'm getting the bird flu for my husband in Moncton. I got my wife though at the harvest house. I have a wife. She gave me this ring. It's the Grim Reaper. Thank you, Matthew. Were you vaccinated against COVID 19? No. I refuse to get Justin fake Trudeau because he's really a castrol. And the Chinese government put those vaccines out to get rid of half of the population. So I refuse to get the COVID virus vaccine. I actually had COVID, apparently. I had COVID twice. Did I die from it? No, it's just a fucking cold. Well, keep resting and get back on your feet soon, chick. I will, Nick. I will. You have the same name as my Italian stallion in the river. His name is Nick. He's sexy. He's a sexy older man. His name's Nick. I love my Italian men. They're sexy. Especially Nick. Nick's a very nice looking man. I'm gonna get back and have some rest right now. And I'll dream about my big Lenny. Us Italians got it like that. What can I say? That's right, Nick. Yes, do. You guys are all sexy Italians. I thought that was you, Nick. Come out and see me sometime, baby. When I get better, you'll have to take me out on a coffee date, baby.
I'll bring pictures after. Yeah, I do.
Okay, Nick and Matthew, and I like to start stuff. You drink it. Oh, you guys are funny. Husband really finny, funna see this. I'm his coworker. Yeah, I like to start work or start stuff. Okay, you're his coworker. Don't be starting shit up here. We got enough troublemakers up here, like that Jay Brooks and that Ricky and Margaret's daughter, Gina Michelson, and Dorothy Budd. All them jealous bitches like to come up on here with their fake, phony fucking names starting shit. And then the cops want to put me in jail when I gotta put these Macan Dukes down on their asses. But Tristan, Constable Tristan, I like him. He's a sexy looking cop. And another sexy look. There's a few sexy looking officers up on that APD force. What diseases is that? Listen, you're the only disease out in this room, motherfucker. I'm not drunk. I wish I was. I'm sick with a cold and I'm hooked up to an IV. Anyways, I'm gonna go get some rest so I can start to feel better. And Nick, when I get out of the hospital, you're taking me on a coffee date, baby. Peace out.